Usher-Collier ROARcast, the daily broadcast that spotlights what's happening virtually at the best elementary school of the city of Atlanta, Usher-Collier.
There are no more devices available at the school. Please take care of your device because it cannot be replaced. If you are still in need of a device, you can request to have your name placed on a waiting list.
Usher-Collier is a STEM school. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. Our school theme is Building a Better World One Entrepreneur at a Time. STEM at Usher is virtual. Hands-on activities are now technology-based. Our PBLs for this entire semester will be solved using technology.
We hope you have been visiting the STEM lab located in your Google Classroom by Dr. Simmons. Our current STEM focus will be on science and engineer fair projects. Continue to check the STEM lab for more directions from Dr. Simmons and the STEM gems.
It is fall, and in fall, the clocks fall back 1 hour. Please watch this short video to understand why.
Twice a year, lots of people around the world move their clocks backwards or forward, wreaking havoc on mornings across the globe. But why? What's the point of daylight savings? Let's find out on today's episode of
Colossal Question.
Credit for the idea of daylight savings time, or DST, is often given to a famous founding father, super inventor Benjamin Franklin. However, that's not quite right. While in France in 1784, Franklin, ever the jokester, wrote an anonymous essay suggesting people could save money on candles by waking up earlier and using the sunlight, but he never said anything about changing the clocks. That came over 100 years later, when an avid bug collector in New Zealand named George Hudson first proposed daylight savings time as we know it. You see, he had a job that left him with enough afternoon hours to get his bug collecting in, but having daylight in the afternoon was crucial. He wrote a paper suggesting we shift the clock by 2 hours for part of the year to help save his precious evening daylight. But it wasn't until the First World War that it really caught on. First, the German Empire and Austria-Hungary introduced daylight savings time in 1916. Then Britain, France, and the Allies did the same. Soon, the rest of Europe started using it, and a year later, Russia was on board. Last but not least, the US adopted daylight saving in 1918. Most countries in North America and Europe kept using DST after the end of the Second World War, and in the 1970s, it was officially adopted. There's 2 different versions of DST on Earth, one for the Northern Hemisphere and one for the Southern. Daylight saving time is much less important the closer you live to the equator. That's because daylight hours and nighttime hours stay basically the same all year round. That's why most places near the equator have never bothered with DST. Even though the US has daylight savings time, there are a few places near the equator that don't. Hawaii, most of Arizona, Puerto Rico, the US Virgin Islands, and American Samoa. So that's why we have DST. But does it really make a difference? That really depends on where you live. And now you know why we have daylight savings in the US.
Senora Waldorf sends kudos to 2 4th grade classes, Mrs. Strozier's class and Mr. Tower's class, for completing 100% of their Spanish homework. Amazing job, scholars. The Ryan Cameron Foundation has donated food to Usher-Collier. A total of 45 students will be cooking a healthy meal with a professional chef provided by the Logan Wilkes Foundation. Together, we are cultivating junior chefs. Our character day for the end of Red Ribbon Week was last Friday, and it was a lot of spooky fun. Teachers and students dressed up in costumes and declared, "Our character is too great for drugs and bullying." Yummy treats and fun toys were passed out by masked and gloved staffed volunteers. Yesterday was Election Day. Have you been following the map to see who will become the 46th President of the United States? Did you place your vote in the mock election? Discuss this current event with your teacher today.
Usher Lions, let me hear you roar. Continue to be responsible, obey, achieve, and show respect to your teachers, peers, family, and community.
At Usher-Collier, we work hard, get smart while making no excuses.
Thank you and have a great day of virtual teaching and learning.